What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and it's time for Trailer Breakdown. So, today, on February 27th, we got a Pokemon Direct where we got a whole bunch of information on Gen 8 and the Galar region. That's what I'm going to keep calling it forever. That's what I like to call it, as well as the Gen 8 starter. So, let's go ahead and take a look-see. So, my reaction trailer is already up. We all know that. But I wanted to come in here and take more of an in-depth look, frame by frame, at the things we're actually seeing, because we got a lot of scenes kind of flying at our face here. Opening scene here. Game footage not final. Very important to remember. It could look better, could look worse. Very first impression here at this landscape. This is England. This is an English countryside, 100%. I've never been there. Gordon Ramsay's my spirit animal. I've watched a lot of European kitchen nightmares. This is the English countryside. There should be a bed and breakfast here. One of these structures looks different from the other, and that would be this right here. So it's possible that this with the steeple is actually a train station. And that is a train, or maybe a bus, or something else like that, to help us traverse the countryside. Here's obviously Route 1, so this would be coming from the starter town into our first town. This is the Galar equivalent of Viridian City. I actually saw a high-resolution image of the region. Let's go ahead and pull that up. The Game of Thrones hype is real. Here's official press kit images of the Galar region. Right here we have the Galar region official press kit images. Let's zoom in a little bit. Right here, this is the town that we're looking at. This is, just as I called it, this is the train station. With the building with the steeple, and the train was chilling right there, and then it's gonna be going back. This is our starter town, or possibly here. So one of these has to be like the professor, or something else like that. I mean, granted, the professor could be in this building here, because we don't see any wild grass between here and there. So there's a good chance that, you know, you're gonna traverse Route 1 just like you did in X and Y before getting your starter Pokemon. Already, like, the art style looks really great. I don't want to say this is the Pokemon Let's Go engine, because it looks a little bit different. It actually looks a little bit like the Fire Emblem game that they're working on, the 3 houses. Oh look, clipping, nice. So on top of one of the houses, we have a fletchling wind vane. That's what's on farms to let people know the direction of wind. Now, I don't know if I'm reading into it too much, but this is a circle, and that is a crescent, which would infer a sun and a moon. Sun and moon remakes confirmed. Next shot, all right, here is a grass gym, obviously, in front of a Pokemon Center. Now this is a grand looking gym. It looks like on the English, oh, look at this, we got Stonehenge! Stonehenge appearing in the background all the way on the left here. And just more random stones all throughout the place, but that is clearly an homage to Stonehenge right there, right here. So this is our grass gym appearing right in front of this giant hill with these glyphs on it. And we see the Stonehenge appearing here, and then just a whole bunch of random areas with rocks in it. More farm, countryside. One random house on the outskirt of town on your way out to what appears to be the water gym. But as far as the train goes, the train seems to be going inside of this tunnel. I would assume it does a loop-de-loop, comes out here, here's a stop, goes into this town, out of this town, up through here. So this train runs all throughout this region. I don't see another stop here at the end. Maybe it's here in this very ominous looking place. I like the way the wheat looks. It's still flat images that are just kind of rotated here and there. Like if you look right here, this is literally just a spire of wheat. But like the fact that it's not just grass, and now we also have wheat showing up, or maybe it's yellow grass. I don't know. All right, so this appears to be the starter home. Which, let's look back at the map here. Clearly this house, the one on the left here with the 2 chimney stacks, this is the starter home. There's also like a little bit of woods directly off of it, so maybe that's where we have an exploration. Or maybe there's a hidden post-game area based off of the original area, similar to how we experienced Cerulean Cave. Let's just take a second and appreciate the art style that they went with the vines everywhere, hanging over the door frame on top of the house. So here we have like a basic building material, and then the windows are surrounded by these stones, and then just like, we even have additional plants hanging off. Really beautiful stuff. Like, they put time and effort into designing this model. This isn't just like, plop a house down. They get to really explore this 3D world, and it looks like they spent a lot of time really diving in. Of course, the final product's probably gonna look even better. Game footage not final. First thing, that's a giant backpack. This dude is going backpacking through Europe. He's trying to do some soul searching, try to find his chi and his aura, and leave his giant flat screen TV behind. If you look at that and say that's not a chop from the English countryside, I don't know what is. Sorry to everyone who watches me in the UK if I'm saying any of this wrong. Or of course you could be a female protagonist as well, with the little hat with the little pom-pom. It looks like they made a smart decision and they don't have the black outlines around the characters anymore, which I think that was more of a 3DS thing that they did to like show this is where you are. Look at those legs. There's no black lines around those legs, which is nice. Next scene. So this appears to be this house right here. Oh no, clearly this house. This house right here. The veranda on the left, the lake over here. There's a Pokemon battling mat. I don't know, court? Court. Let's go with that, like a basketball court. This could be equivalent of a trainer school, which hopefully there's not a trainer school and a long tutorial in the game. This could be where the professor or a person who gives you a Pokemon lives. One random shed in the distance. They put care into this. They really did. Here we have a very ominous forest, which obviously we can't really tell which forest this is because there is a lot of foresty area. It could be this giant forest over here. Real city shot here. Real city shot. First of all, we have moving vehicles confirmed. That's really nice to see. Now, this is a very industrial, little bit of inspiration from steampunk with all these exposed gears. This is actually where the producer was standing in front of before, this building with this one large gear, and then this thing. Could be wrong. This is most likely this very large, industrious brick town that clearly has all the gears on the walls. Now, this seems to be like a main hotspot of the region. It seems to be fairly early in the game. Like, perhaps before you even reach a gym. So is this like a little safe area? And then you get on the train, and then you enter this massive region? Well, you probably get off the train stop here, and then you go into here. Huh. So up here, those Pokemon gyms that we saw before with the grass gym here, the water gym here, a rock or ground gym over here, probably a fairy gym over here. I would say psychic, maybe poison or fairy, one of the two, because we have a lot of mushrooms. There's a gym on top of here. This could be the ice gym. This could be the psychic gym. That's clearly a dragon, so this might be the dragon gym, or this building might. And then here appears to be the Pokemon League, which seems to be a very large, flourishing city, which is nice. Oh, that's where the train ends. Nice. The only thing is, what I'm seeing is there's no... I didn't count 8 gyms. Granted, I could be missing something here. There could be a gym inside of this large town, but nevertheless, the first half of this map, where you start off, there's no gyms. There's no starter gym, which concerns me, because that could mean that the beginning half of the game is tutorial. Like, this whole area is sort of tutorial-y, or it could just be like various areas to get your starters up. I don't know. All I know is I want the bunny. Back to the grass gym. This is what we already checked out before with the large sprawling Stonehenge area right here. There seems to be a lot of footage from right here. So I'm assuming this is the first gym that you're going to be going to in the game, because they wouldn't want to show a lot of footage from like later in the game. Gosh, there's so much foliage. Look at this moss. That's some dope moss right there. Another shot of being in the large industrial town, which we see the train going through. Alright, so we know the train is purple. That's what we saw in the previous scene. Seems to be a greenhouse of sorts over here. Advertisements on the walls. This is a real Peaky Blinders area. Alright, so now we are in a snowy area. We have something blue here on the left. And the snowy areas seem to be all up over here and to the left over here as well. Specifically what that is, I have no idea. That's just a snowy path. Guys, look at the snowy path. And this is the same house that we took a look at before. Now, this is the first big disappointment. A lot of people saw this and were immediately turned off that there's no wild Pokemon. That's not a thing. Instead, you have to, like, go into the grass and there's wild encounters again. But by what I'm saying is there's no Pokemon in the overworld. You're not going to walk through this path and you're going to have Weedles and Pidgeys popping out. Instead, you have to walk into the grass. Apparently the sneaking mechanic is back. So does that mean that the Poke Radar is back? Is that going to be brought back into the game? Gosh, I hope not. And boom, wild Pikachu. Now we could see from this battle scene here that it's highly inspired by where exactly you are. This is the town. This is that same purple building. That's nice. That's a nice touch. So in this scene, we see a Mincino. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. A Mincino coming out, this little adorable chinchilla-like Pokemon. So it is confirmed that we are going to be battling wild Pokemon again. So that's a nice change of pace. Now, are we going to be able to catch a Mincino by the time we're on Route 1? Or is this just a placeholder because they didn't know if they want to reveal the starters yet? Okay, so here seems to be sort of a melting glacier area. That's neat, which immediately brings my eyes to over here, where we have all this snow, but then we also have water surrounding it. There's also this one mystery island off to the side. Oh god, if they bring back the whole Oris thing with being able to discover little hidden areas, I'd be a big fan of that. Big fan of that. That was a wishy-washy. A wishy-washy. Why are people sunbathing? There's snow right there. That can't be comfortable. Alright, so this is weird, because I thought wishy-washy was native to Alola. Well, it is native to Alola, but like, can it survive in waters outside of Alola? So we have Wishy-Washy here, which is based on a Pacific sardine. What is it doing in this Atlantic Ocean? The ocean. Granted, sardines are native to the ocean. They're saltwater fish, not freshwater fish. Are we going to be getting Galarian variants of Alolan Pokemon? That'd be cool. This is catching a Pokemon back in the snowy region, in the foresty region, in the plains region. A trainer battle. I like how it has the exclamation mark, sort of like the Persona style. Boom! Another Alolan Pokemon. Why is there a grub in here? The climate of Europe and the climate of Hawaii could not be more different. This makes no sense. We have a Hoothoot. We have a Zoelius. Probably saying his name wrong. A Flygon, a Bravery, a Wailmer. This thing that I always forget its name, it's fine. And then, first of all, that's clearly Game Freak in Pokemon lettering right there. But like, the fact that now they have all of this greater resolution that they can hide little things like that, they like doing that. Yes, they do. So here's clearly a giant Pokemon stadium, which I'm assuming, and when you assume you could always be wrong, is going to be here. This looks like sort of like a battle, Elite Four / Battle Tree area. Actually, with that amount of spectators, yeah, clearly it's either 2-player area where people are battling, or this is going to be the Elite Four. Tyranitar just got a focus blast to the face. We have a Munchlax in this house. Is this our starter house? I think it's our starter house. Just not our room. Oh boy. Alright, so here's a nice Arctic city. Not necessarily, it's a cold city, alright? And then we have a very low-rise Roman-styled pagoda. So this ice city that we're seeing over here more, we can clearly see these Roman-style columns. Neato. Yeah, that's clearly that column right there and that column right there. All right, so we get a shot of being in a mine, which is pretty cool. There's also some mining tools over here. This is probably where we're gonna be experiencing our first Geodude. Hooray. Okay, this is something I want to take a look at. What the heck is this? What is this giant space chicken? These things look like little, I don't know, they're just aliens. But this is a giant space chicken. There's no way you could look at that and tell me that is not a space chicken. That is a space chicken worshiping the sun. What the heck is a giant space chicken doing here? Boom, space chicken. Can we zoom in more? More space chicken. Now, this could be the tale of a legendary Pokemon. Antagonist is trying to summon this space chicken. We're going out on a limb here. This is really unknown territory. This is just speculation at this point. That's a space chicken. That's a space chicken. #1 comment down below. That's a space chicken. Okay, real quick, it's now me at a later point in time. So, in regard to the space chicken, which I'm still gonna call it the space chicken, this is based on Nazca lines, the great geoglyphs of Peru. I'm going to do some research on this to see if I can find a giant space chicken. And if I can find a space chicken, then boom. Actually, let's, space chicken. I should just write chicken. That's the bird. Everyone knows about that bird. In fact, Xatu, right? Xatu is based on that. Not Xatu, the big one. And then the ants, a monkey. I'm gonna do more research. I'm gonna find the space chicken. Another shot of being in the Roman-style city and the cave with the smooth pan going on. Okay, so this is clearly a professor's house. And that leads me to believe that that purple house that we saw down here with the glass veranda, this is the professor's house. Alright, so here is that same purple house. We can tell by the small purple garage on the right-hand side, which we didn't focus on before. One thing I'm definitely seeing a lack of, which granted this is still almost a year out from being released. Alola was flush, and Let's Go were both flush with Pokemon just existing in the overworld. Granted, we didn't really see NPCs here. So, those Pokemon may be brought in with those NPCs to just be hanging out in the overworld. This is weird because either we're gonna get some real extreme trainer customizing, or this is just a specific part of the story. I really hope that there's a nice part of the story that involves you to like do some like real hardcore battling. They did say that this game was not going to be designed for newcomers to the series. But then, in this trailer, they literally said, for Pokemon Masters, or for people who play Let's Go, or for new trainers. Hopefully there's like an optional tutorial. It's not like something that's required 45 minutes of gameplay before you get to do anything fun. And then also the trailer review. The trailer review. The starter reveal, we see that it's not actual game footage. So when they show off the monkey, chicken, and imp, we know that's not actually game footage. But we get some much more stylistic shots of our big industrial town here. Taking little footsteps of fire. Gonna have like a new move, like fire kick or something. Alright, so this is our first view ever at Scorbunny, which Scorbunny sports a yellow, orange, and less saturated orange color scheme. And he stands very proud, like fire Pokemon do. Then we have the water imp coming out, which it acts like a frog. They did say a water imp, right? What the heck is an imp? Why do they always give the water Pokemon such a special design? And then we have Pansage jumping up here on top of the smokestacks. Oh yeah, there was already a grass monkey. His name is Pansage. Remember him? Pansage? More monkey Pokemon. This one does remind me more of the monkey from Super Mario 64, just in like its overall stature, and that actually stands like a monkey, as opposed to Pansage that stands like a bipod, a human. But yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, full breakdown of the trailer. I do want to explore this map a little bit more. I may make another video on that, going over the map in its specifics, things that we may have missed, speculation on different areas. Guys, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, be sure to leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.